The public face of the United Colonies. Constellation. It's always nice to come home.
I've occasionally had my doubts about Constellation as an investment. But now, well, it's clearly money well spent.
We've always considered ourselves explorers.
You find any fortune out there?
This really is uncharted territory, isn't it?
Got one. I'd go into the astronomical charting data with you, but clear as day just to point you right to it. Wouldn't mind seeing if the eye gave you the right way of it. Find myself thinking of the fleet. You know you can take a mark, you don't open comms. It's all storm and fire and sifting the wreckage after it's over. But if you're not so sure, you play the bully's gambit. Hope they don't challenge the threats you throw at them. Sound familiar? Thoughts taking a stroll through my mind is all. A striker lurking in the shadows has good reason to hide. Won't be easy to drag them into the light. Let's deal. Raise the thoughts with you later.
Look at how far we've come. It's all becoming so overwhelming. The Starborn, the artifact visions, the music. Is it all worth it?
Mateo, are you having a crisis of faith? You?
What if the Starborn are right? What if our hunt for the artifacts is a fool's errand, doomed to failure and catastrophe?
You think we're doing the wrong thing? We just want answers. Isn't that why we all joined in the first place? The noble quest of discovery?
Chasing down this mystery is what Constellation was made for.
I'm sorry. I'm not trying to shame either of you. Blame the workings of a worried mind. I just hope that this journey doesn't turn us into something that we wouldn't recognize from where we are now.
Hate to interrupt, but I have a favor to ask. Lot of equipment on the Eye has reached the span's end. If we're going to find more artifacts further out, we need work done. Got the nods and signs from Sarah and Walter for the materials, but I need hands. Console parts, replacement wires that have burned out, some fixes to the intercom between the station and the lodge. Won't be going alone. Need more than just the you and I. Asked around. A few constellations are already on their way up.
I could really bend your ear when you got a moment. Sounds like we heading to the Eye. Sounds like Vladimir could use our help on the station.
I have something for you when you have a moment. I want you helping Vladimir when you can.
welder.
Just grab a... We'll fire everything up once it's all tightened down. Just grab a wrench. Should be quick.
Hey, you mind helping me weld up some of these panels? It's coming up here. We should visit Vlad more often.
This scanning equipment needs to be installed. I could use your help. If you could help me install these parts. I think we're done. Thank you.
Nice work! Didn't burn your hand off. That's...
My
Lend a hand?
attention's glued.
Grab a
on
couple
this
of
station.
wrenches and let's tighten this equipment
Check with the
down.
others.
Setting up some software. Want to test the computer over there? Now that is some fine teeth.
Well, I'm certain that wasn't supposed to happen. Check with Vladimir.
You colored the wrong wires. Station showing red. Bad. Nastier than I measured. Figured a few of the parts might be iffy, but this is going to take more than a span.
Oh, I should have checked the compatibility when we made the order. I can stay with you until we get all this fixed.
No need for the martyr's clothes, but I'm happy to have the help. As for you, while we're giving the eye the sorts, need to tip your ear on another matter when you got the time. Don't want to worry anyone, but we got more competition. Not Starborn, rival collector. Captain Petrov owns a salvager vessel called the Scow. Runs it like a palace of novelties. And he's got a new prize in his collection. The Scavenger hires every gun and knife willing to chop relics out of their owner's hands for pay. Scrapes out any derelict ships his mosquitoes can find. Reached out through my hand-to-hands to see if we can do an honest swap. He says the rock ain't for sale for any price. Think we're gonna need a crowbar and bag for this one. He's got a reputation for seeing the gold in things, but he's no lab coat. Thinking he knows it's unique, but not why. All the more reason to clutch tightly. Left the life of a jack-of-bones behind myself. I know what I'm asking. But I see a clutch prize not up for the prying any other way. Not sending you lone hook on the job. I want Barrett with you on this one. You two will be foot to foot the whole way, so make sure you're ready. Catch a smile out there.
I'll assist Vladimir for now. You go on ahead.
Hey, you might want this.
That ship will carry them. Memory of your visit forever.
the scow. Our captain is not taking visitors. No one uninvited boards the scow. Captain's orders. The captain does love letterers. No. Captain's orders. Unfortunately for me, the captain will probably love that. All right. I'll clear you to dock. Keep yourself out of trouble, or we'll have every hired gun in the cargo bay after you.
Docking complete. It's so satisfying seeing the hatches line up.
Who let you on board? Thought Petrov was done hiring mosquitoes. Or maybe you're after something from the captain's collection.
Yeah? What kind of salvage work you do? Ship? Ground battlefield? Or do you just skulk the back alleys picking through trash? Sounds about right. A lot of spare parts out there, if you don't think too hard about the last guy who had them.
A lot of these places were abandoned for reasons. Folks didn't plan on coming back.
You're all right, scavenger. Go on ahead. Traded for it. Some dusty hauling ore from the fringe. Was glad when he left. It's all shakes and muttering. Strewn about all over. The good stuff's locked up in a vault for Petrov's own personal viewing pleasure. And before you ask, Petrov's the only one with the keys, so don't try bribing any of the crew. You'll just waste your money. Petrov's got a whole little alien zoo in the back. He's asking for trouble with those things. But the locks on the cages are pretty high-end. Thankfully.
Fine. Just ignore me then.
The Scow's not a bad ship, as long as you shut your eyes.
Welcome to Petrov's Palace of Peculiarities, the pinnacle of perfect procurement, the penultimate panopticon of prosperity. Ha ha!
Howdy.
I wasn't aware we had the visitors. Waddick, you didn't tell me we had visitors.
We have visitors.
Excellent. Now that you've gone to all this trouble to get here, you should make yourself at home. Relax. Kick up your feet on the tables. I don't care they have scorch marks on them anyway. Oh, flattery, huh? My favorite pastime, huh? Between you and me, I do have something very special in the vault. But my jealous heart knows no bounds. I want to keep it all to myself. Tempting. I do love showing off. But my security team will have a heart attack. It would be against all those protocols that I admittedly told them to make. And let you pick my vault clean? No thanks. Oh, you do have a point. Really? How flattering. Yeah, I hope so. Maybe we can work something out. Very well. What's a quick look going to hurt, huh? I know.
Talk to Petrov.
People look at
His
me and say,
gloriousness will
Petrov,
guide you.
your whole ship is a testament of splendor. Why do you need a special vault? Well, all I can say is that even the greatest collection needs its own private viewing area. Plus, between you and me, there are thieves everywhere. So I spared no expense. Every door between me and my treasures is painful, but that is the price of security, huh? Que sera? Just a bit further. This ship and I have been through some adventures, I'll tell you. I once collected salvage from a Deimos Celestial class while it was exploding. The crew was scraping scorch marks and bits of metal off the hull for weeks.
The captain's right hand.
And of course, there
I've
was
never
the
seen a
time
man
I
so exhausted.
accidentally steered us into a UC Navy vessel after a particularly uproarious celebration of my latest acquisitions of fine art. But we were wedged perfectly between their two thrusters and were able to just kind of push them back into the star yard for repairs. And now, the moment itself. Ah, beautiful, isn't it? The man who sold me this told me that it spoke to him. That holding it for the first time was like drowning in your own soul. Alas, I've held it several times, and my soul is still breathing, devoid of any such enlightenment. Why, yes, he did. Oh, no. No. I can't. This one is mine. And it's only fair to warn you. Hands off! I would hate to sour our new friendship by becoming the victim of piracy.
We're not pirates, Petrov. We're explorers. Who might do a bit of piracy on the side as a hobby sometimes.
I'm afraid not. I'm easy in all things, except my collection. Then I suppose it's just a question whether my immeasurable love for my collection and my crew of hired cutthroats is enough to stop you. Go ahead. Make a move for the artifact. Let's see what happens.
Would it help if I said we needed it for scientific research?
My head!
I was wondering if...